What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now, watching this video. I do really appreciate your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider subscribing to the channel, simply because it truly does help me out a lot. Now, we're going to be reacting to Gervonta Tank Davis says, I quote, "I will hurt you, man." Then Gervonta Tank Davis continues to send threats to Shakur Stevenson on live at his press conference, man. Now, this is crazy overall. You could pretty much say Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis do not like each other. But at the end of the day, man, Shakur Stevenson is fiending for this fight to happen. You know what I mean? He's absolutely fiending for this fight. But overall, people are saying it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, simply because Shakur Stevenson is not really a big pay-per-view draw at the moment. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really want to see him fight right now. But the next guy who has a big chance, I should say, of fighting Gervonta Tank Davis instead of Shakur Stevenson could possibly be Vasily Lomachenko, man. It looks like they've both agreed that they want to fight each other, but nothing is officially confirmed yet, you know what I mean? But overall, a lot of people are saying it's not fair. Shakur should get the chance, but that's boxing, man. It's a business, you know what I mean? It only makes sense, right? But overall, I'm not gonna go on a yap spree. Just gonna let the video play, see what it's talking about, man.
You know how it will go. Everybody in this room will know how it will go. You know what I mean? But
ahead of a potential clash between them, Gervonta Davis has fired warnings at Shakur Stevenson when they met at a presser.
Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like?
Contrary to what Terrence Crawford had predicted, Shakur Stevenson melted at the sight of Tank, and it's not expected to be different in the ring either.
Do to somebody talking about it, bro. Shut up and fight me, nigga. If that's the case, fight me.
For the very first time, Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson are unitedly giving boxing fans something to be happy about, as things are looking real between the both of them after they clashed in a presser in preparation for their potential clash.
So what about Frank Martin? Do you feel like he's elite?
No, like, come on, bro.
As they clashed against each other, Gervonta Davis had the better of Shakur Stevenson as he fired repeated verbal shots at Shakur Stevenson and even threatened to hurt him.
But I guess it'd be good for the sport if we fight.
Gervonta Davis picked up his latest win at the weekend with another huge knockout over Frank Martin to successfully make another defense of his World Boxing Association lightweight title. A number of potential showdowns lay in wait, but promoter Bob Arum has confirmed contender Lomachenko is in talks to face Tank next.
He's a tremendous fighter. He has a tough fight coming up July 6th.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has insisted that Davis's fight with Loma is too late, and he should be fighting Stevenson, who is in his physical prime. He told ProBox TV, "Now I want to see Davis and Stevenson. That's my issue. That's my problem with boxing."
Up July 6th, but certainly if the Tank Lomachenko fight is made.
They make fights when it's convenient for them, when there's an advantage. Davis looked terrific against Frank Martin. I was very impressed with the performance. But Shakur Stevenson is a different proposition than anybody else. It's 10 when Shakur is in there, because Shakur is the tall, rangy southpaw with a lot more IQ and a lot more versatility with his style.
But there's the thing, Tank Davis can fight a guy who they picked up all from the diner. He knocks him out. Oh, it's great because he knocked him out. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see the fight. I'm saying this because I want to see the fight. I think Davis is very qualified for that fight. Do I edge Shakur? I've always edged Shakur. I think Davis is very qualified for that fight. He looks terrific.
You know what I mean? But Shakur will fight a dangerous guy who's a puncher, beat him a little bit less impressively.
He's a thinker. It's not just the twitch and the power. It's also his understanding there. He knows how to set things up. I want to see two get it on, not later. I want to see them get it on now in their prime.
But Shakur Stevenson is the most cerebral fighter in boxing today. He's the best fighter.
Davis has faced criticism in the past for his selection of opponents, but silenced much of it with a big knockout win over Ryan Garcia in April 2023. He is currently on a 30-fight win streak, and is considered arguably one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in boxing. Lomachenko holds the International Boxing Federation title, and a unification bout would make sense for Davis. But Stevenson currently holds the World Boxing Council title.
If he's looked at in the correct way, he will be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world one day. This guy is the best pure boxer in the sport.
Fans will be hoping that if Davis is to beat the Ukrainian in his planned clash, that the Stevenson fight will then be made for the 3 belts. Stevenson has already announced his own return, making a defense of his belt on July 6th against Artem Harutyunyan. Self-proclaimed Killer Kerr is on a fine, unbeaten run of his own, having successfully graduated from the super featherweight division after unifying the World Boxing Organization and World Boxing Council world titles. Tank Davis has now welcomed a shot against his domestic rival next, and they had a fierce clash where Gervonta Davis threatened to hurt Shakur Stevenson. It is quite shocking that Gervonta Davis could absolutely get the better of Shakur at a public event like he's been doing to all of his other opponents. This came after Terrence Bud Crawford had earlier vouched for Shakur Stevenson to never act as cold and fearful as Frank Martin in a presser. Terrence Bud Crawford had posted a tweet on X saying, "Sitting here watching the weigh-ins thinking to myself, Shakur never, and I mean never, lets Tank play with him like that." However, Tank surprisingly played with him just like that. Amidst several other verbal exchanges, Tank Davis quipped, "I will hurt you. I will finish you before it even starts. It's over before it begins, guy."
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson.
Gervonta Davis sounded so assuredly, bringing back memories of a famous interview where he had violently trolled Shakur Stevenson's style of boxing. Why do people talk like he's the best? He hasn't even fought at 135 yet. He didn't even have power at 126, 39. He's good, okay? How can you? All I say is okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit. What do you do when you get hit?
Well, of course, he's now at 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like...
It was in a similar manner that Gervonta Davis had hit back at Shakur Stevenson in one of their most recent feuds, where Tank trolled Shakur Stevenson over their famous sparring video. Devin Haney's rival Ryan Garcia publicly posted the sparring video on his YouTube channel, which appeared to show Haney being rocked by Tank. Haney appeared to be on the back foot during the entire session, and Adrian Bronner, who was present, also stepped in and separated the action briefly. Shakur Stevenson expressed shock at what he saw in that whooping after seeing the leaked sparring footage of Gervonta Davis smashing Devin Haney on social media. Shakur, a 26-year-old boxer from the United States, shared on social media his response to the footage that had been leaked showing Devin Haney being beaten by Gervonta Davis during battle. Following one of his worst games of the season against Edwin de Los Santos in November, Tank took Stevenson's remark as a challenge and promptly sent the New Jersey native a terrifying message. After watching the leaked footage of Tank Davis working over Haney during a 2017 sparring session, the undefeated World Boxing Council lightweight champion Shakur appeared shocked and said he had never received such a severe punishment in training. Tank said in response to his tweet that he would know what's up too, implying that in the event of a fight, he would receive the same treatment. "Never in my life have I taken punishment like that by any fighter, good lord," said Shakur in a post on X. It's unclear from Shakur's response to the video whether he is expressing fear towards Tank or if he is only recognizing what he saw while watching it. In any case, it appears that Tank saw it as a challenge because he responded with a mysterious message. "You know what's up too," replied Davis to Shakur's post, hinting that Shakur Stevenson had earlier, hinting that Shakur had suffered the same fate when they sparred together. Talking about the sparring video, Shakur Stevenson had earlier rubbished claims that he was hurt in sparring by lightweight rival Gervonta Tank Davis.
3 times a week, you run a certain amount of miles. It's just you putting in non-stop work.
Many fans feel like the two American stars are on a collision course at 135 pounds. If it plays out like that, it won't be the first time they've traded punches. Speaking to Say Cheese on Sparring with Davis, Stevenson detailed what the session looked like, a quiet gym at 2 a.m. First time sparring again after the Olympics, it was like 2 in the morning. It was on some 2 in the morning stuff. We went like 20 minutes straight, I want to say.
Knowing at the point of time that he just felt the way he felt, and he went on the air and said something funny, but
he had like 3 or 4 people with him, and I had just Africa Richardson Hitchens riding with me. I don't remember if he had somebody recording. I didn't record it though, for sure. He said that he would have kept the work inside the 4 walls of the gym had Tank not broadcast the details, claiming that he cracked Stevenson. Sparring was kept in the gym, and then I don't know what was going on at the point of time that he just felt what he felt, and he went on the air and said something funny.
Said something funny, but nah, I think sparring still should stay in the gym. I think if I'm being honest about that sparring with me and him, it was like good work.
Given that his partner has spoken of what went down, Stevenson got his side across. He was respectful when talking about the 2017 session, but feels he got the better of the Baltimore boxer. If I'm being honest about that sparring session between me and him, it was good work. 2 smart fighters. I feel like if it was a fight, I won, but it was good work. He made me think, I made him think. That's how I looked at it. That was before I turned pro. I was an amateur at that time. That was before his world title fight with Jose Pedraza, the one that put him on.
For me and him, it was like good work. It was like good work. Me and him, 2 smart fighters.
Asked if Tank knocked him down or hurt him, Stevenson said damn no, and that he had never been down a day in his life. Well, Gervonta Davis hit back at Shakur Stevenson's claims after the sparring video of Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney was leaked. Regardless of their recent verbal clashes, Shakur Stevenson, the World Boxing Council lightweight title holder, is growing increasingly impatient with WBA champion Gervonta Davis's claims about a potential showdown. Stevenson is set to fight Artem Harutyunyan on July 6th at the Prudential Center in Newark, NJ, headlining an ESPN event. Meanwhile, Davis will face Frank Martin on pay-per-view on June 15th in Las Vegas.
Ryan Garcia fight.
I'm saying though, like how many times he got to say he gonna fight an elite fighter and never fight him? He 30 years old now, like.
Confident in his skills, Stevenson pledges to dominate Harutyunyan, who recently suffered a unanimous decision loss to Martin. However, Stevenson's primary focus remains on a future encounter with Davis, a fight that could pit the 2 best lightweights against each other. Stevenson, 26, points out Davis's age of 30 while scrutinizing Davis's fighting history. How many times is he going to say he is going to fight an elite fighter and not fight them? Stevenson said to Say Cheese. He is 30 years old now. Bro is 30, talking about he's going to fight me. He said next, okay, well do it. Stevenson is a 3-division title holder who is growing frustrated with his lack of big fights.
He talking about he gonna fight me. Yo, when you gonna fight me? He say next. Okay. Well, then do it, nigga. I'm right here. All you gotta do is send an offer.
In the modern era, there has been a crop of young and emerging fighters at and around his weight class, including Davis, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. Yet Stevenson hasn't faced any of his peers, despite holding titles in 3 divisions and being a unified world champion in the junior lightweight division.
Yeah, all you gotta do is send an offer. Reach out, nigga. There's nothing stopping it, bro. You the A side, I know. I'm not saying that I'm the A side. You the nigga with all the notoriety, all the however it go. I'm right here, though. I'm not going nowhere. As soon as you say, let's fight, I'm right here. Let's fight.
Are you really going to fight me or just going to keep saying what you are going to do to somebody? Said Stevenson of Davis. Shut up and fight me. Stevenson believes making a fight with him is simple. He just needs a contract. All you got to do is send an offer, said Stevenson.
The A side, I know. I'm not saying that I'm the A side. You the nigga with all the notoriety, all the however it go. I'm right here, though.
You are the A side, I know. I am not saying I am the A side. You're the person with all the notoriety, however it goes. But I am right here though. I am not going nowhere as soon as you say let's fight. I am right here, let's fight. Stevenson even voiced displeasure with Martin, who pulled out of a scheduled fight against him for the vacant World Boxing Council lightweight title, which would have occurred in November of last year.
Nigga with all the notoriety, all the however it go, I'm right here though. I'm not going nowhere. Soon as you say, let's fight, I'm right here, let's fight.
Stevenson ended up winning the World Boxing Council lightweight title over Edwin de los Santos in a lackluster fight. Martin hasn't fought since last July. What did Frank Martin do to be elite? Questioned Stevenson.
Soon as you say, let's fight, I'm right here, let's fight. But he'll tell y'all 100 times.
Frank Martin is a dude who signed up to fight me, got famous for signing up to fight me, and then didn't fight me. At the press conference event in Las Vegas, where all 4 fighters of the doubleheader presented themselves for the Saturday, June 15th event. When Tank Davis jumped on stage, he was fired up and got his own show going in front of the cameras and the microphones. Like he just did with Gervonta Davis, he melted Frank Martin completely. Frank Martin seemed a little tense during the entire exchange, as Davis seemed in his element with some controversial jokes. As they started talking on the mics, the situation got more heated when they stood up for their face-off.
You don't like body shots. You don't like body shots.
Warren made the mistake to place his hand on Gervonta Davis's face, and the champion slapped it down. The person who was avoiding conflict in the middle had a slight moment of panic, but the situation diffused rapidly. But Davis had another moment where he joked he wanted to meet Martin's companion, either his wife or his girlfriend.
Him don't got nothing in common.
You don't know me.
But the little female he got.
That's the problem.
But that little female he got, well, she probably around here somewhere.
That was also an uncomfortable moment that showed how much of a savage Gervonta Davis can be. But that wasn't all. Davis also pulled up on Martin after the event and interrupted his interview with members of the press. Tank Davis was feeling sharp and slick with his tongue at the press conference. He said this to Martin and the press: "I'm glad to be back in the ring. I've been off for a long time. I want to be flawless and do what I do best, and that's to give you fans the best boxing you've seen up to date. He's a front runner. I'm telling you, it's a different beast in front of you."
No, I don't want to prove to you. I want to prove to the niggas that you preach with. I want to prove to the niggas back home.
They know what you
in
don't
Detroit.
know. They know what you don't know.
You from the suburbs.
They know what you don't know.
You was trash.
There's nobody walking with him, holding his hand. It's not going to be the same on June 15th. There's a lot of bullshit built up. I'm going to take it out on him. I'm sorry, it's going to be him. Also, during the conference, Gervonta "Tank" Davis threatened to take out 14 months of frustration on Frank Martin when they faced each other.
Back, the lawyer shit, that was all in my post.
Oh, that was you posted that. You posted that. Oh, wow. Damn.
In the aftermath of his biggest victory, Davis was sentenced to 90 days of home detention at the home of his trainer, Calvin Ford, after he pleaded guilty to 4 counts stemming from a crash in November 2020 that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. He then served 44 days at a detention center after a judge ruled on June 1st that he violated the terms of his house arrest by moving to a luxury hotel and then a new home. Less than 2 weeks after defeating Garcia, Davis was also sentenced to 3 years probation and 200 hours of community service.
Say that about everybody.
You from the suburbs.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You from nobody like that. That's the problem.
Down here. Down here.
Davis has similarly since seen his rivals, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, enhance their reputations, and Garcia talks of a rematch following his victory in April over Haney, before agreeing to return to the ring for his biggest test to date. "I'm definitely looking forward to, all around the board, just being back in the ring," Davis said. "I've been off for a long time. I've been in jail. I've been under house arrest and things like that. I'm just happy to be back here where I'm comfortable. I could be flawless and do what I do best, and that's give you fans the best boxing you've seen to date. Come June 15th, I ain't ready with a load of talk. Martin's a front runner. They think they are thugs and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it's a different beast in front of him. It's a different beast. Nobody is going to be able to save him on June 15th. And it's a lot of stuff built up. It's a lot built up, and I'm going to take it out on him. I'll see you all June 15th. Davis's profile as one of the world's highest profile fighters owes much to his former association with Floyd Mayweather Jr.
WBA Lightweight Championship of the World.
He was present at the MGM the night in 2012 when Mayweather outpointed Miguel Cotto and is relishing the prospect of being the lead attraction at one of the most celebrated fight venues in the world. "I'm just happy to be back in the mix and happy to fight at the MGM," he said. "This will probably be my second time fighting here, but I remember coming to watch Floyd versus Cotto, and I walked through the front door and I saw all the celebrities and things like that, mink coats on and things like that. I always wanted to be a part of something like this, so I'm just grateful to be in this position and also to be on this card with another young lion like myself and to give the fans what they want to see." Since Davis Garcia, which proved the biggest fight of 2023, Martin, who trained alongside Garcia at Derek James's Texas-based gym, also recorded a decision victory over Artem Harutyunyan. "It's a blessing just to be here," said the challenger Martin, also 29. "It's a blessing just to get this type of opportunity to come here and show the world what I'm about. I've got to say hats off. I appreciate Gervonta Davis for even taking the fight. I believe they messed up by taking the fight, but I do appreciate them giving me this opportunity to show the world what I'm about. I'm ready to go out and shock the world and do what I do what people think I can't do." It means everything to fight for a world title. I've been working for it. I've been the underdog in this since I started, from the beginning. I've been watching everything. I know how his nonsense walks. I'm gonna touch his butt up. I know how he and his whole team walk.
We'll have a chance.
And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.
But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section, and over subscribe for more content, man. But my opinion on this whole situation, overall, man, let me know what y'all think, bro. Do y'all think that Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson will end up fighting? You let me know, man. Do y'all think it would be a good matchup, a good fight overall, bro? It doesn't really look like at the moment that it's gonna happen anytime soon, simply because people are saying, promoters are saying stuff like that, man. They're saying a whole bunch of things about Shakur, saying he might not be ready, and he even does not sell a lot of pay-per-views, you know what I mean? At the point where he's not at a point where he could literally fight Gervonta Tank Davis, simply because Gervonta Tank Davis is literally on top of the world right now. He's undefeated. Everybody knows who he is, right? As a boxer, stuff like that. Everybody wants to fight him, and he can literally almost fight anybody who he wants to, right? So Shakur Stevenson can't. People don't really want to see Shakur Stevenson fight, you know what I mean? But what it's really looking like right now, bro, Gervonta Tank Davis's next opponent could actually be Vasily Lomachenko, man. You know what I mean? They both want to fight, but nothing is officially confirmed yet, man. But that looks, the way it's looking right now, that could be Gervonta Tank Davis's next opponent, man. But overall, gonna end the video here. I don't want to go on a yap spree, so let me know what y'all think, man. And if you did make it to the end, subscribe for more content, and peace out.